Hello, welcome to the Metaphiles. This is episode 80. The topic is Metaphiles, a podcast that talks to you. I'm Zach. Welcome. We talk about the world, the us, and the we. I'm Jason, and this is segment 3. Let me take that again.
Yeah, it felt off.
Yeah. Okay, hey. Welcome back.
Let's just hear the end of the song again.
Sure. Welcome to the Metaphiles. My name's Jason.
Yes.
This is the podcast that talks to you.
Yes.
We talk about us, the world, and the why.
Yes. We. Us.
This is episode 84.
Yes.
And we're talking about notebooks.
Yes.
Okay.
That's a wrap, everybody.
Let's begin. A wrap around to the beginning. Notebooks.
Ouroboros.
Ah.
And
Ouroboros.
Wait, notebooks have a wrap around because I'm at the end of the notebook. Guess what? I'm at the beginning of the notebook again.
I mean, it seems like you would not run out of notebook, but you always do.
You do. And let's just say this is the old notebook. Last week it received its final possible entry. This notebook lived every one of its pages' life.
Wow.
And I said last week that it was retired now. Pulling it out of retirement.
Whoa.
It's going to live here now. It's going to live here forever.
Ooh.
And anytime we think, I'd like to hear a factoid about episodes 13 through 83.
About monster trucks.
Sure. Let's go ahead and you said one about
monster trucks.
License plates?
Monster trucks.
As of the 21st century, license plates were mostly made out of aluminum. So you see, we have it just like that.
Yeah, that's good.
And so that notebook is not retired. It will never retire.
Hi. Well.
Yep.
No, I'm another mess up. So how many notebooks do you think we'll fucking end up with on this table by the time we're done? Could be thousands.
Because
on the table.
Not only does this one contain everything from bowling, I forgot it also contains everything from before that too. Uber, Lyft, helicopters.
Wow.
Things about boomers is in here. So this represents a huge chunk of the show. And here on episode about notebooks, we're premiering a new notebook. I went with a Wexford 120 sheet.
Wexfords are good. Those are solid notebooks.
This one's college ruled. They tried to stick me with a wide ruled. I said,
Shove it.
And it's 3 subject.
Oh, really?
So we can use this one for 3 episodes.
All right.
And as everyone can see, the first entry, we open the cover to this notebook, and the first entry is notebooks.
Take a screenshot.
This episode here. Don't take a screenshot. I'm going to read it to you later. But, so, this one only took me the front of 1 page. I won't be using the back. Some episodes require more. But it's possible that this could take us all the way to episode 204, if we're careful.
We go nice and
steady. Could be a long time before this one sits right here.
Yeah.
But that's just a taste of it. Don't get used to it.
It'd be cool if we had a What are those motherfuckers called in the courtroom? Type out all the shit everybody's saying.
Stenographer.
Yeah. We should have one of those sitting off camera.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll have a transcript of every episode that we do.
Yeah. Jason Ford says, welcome to Metaphile. He says it incorrectly. Zach says, wait, what? Then Zach says, I think we should take it again. Then Jason starts to take it again. Then Zach interrupts him and says, should we hear the rest of the theme song again?
You know, I think YouTube just does it, actually. I think you can, download I think YouTube does it automatically. Right?
I think
there's probably a way to pull it
pop the subtitles on this one if you can.
Pop the subs, everybody.
And let's see how good the subtitling machine is.
Okay.
Grievous, phlebotomy, mimeograph, lugubrious,
Whoa.
ostentatious,
Whoa.
Whose?
Mm-hmm.
But which one did I mean?
YouTube, can you read back the numbers for us? Wonder how it did. Probably not great, to be honest.
Probably not great. I'll stick with the trusty old Wexford. Thank you very much.
Don't leave home without my Wexford.
So, we have to address something before we can move any further.
What?
We have to come clean. And I don't know if you want to... Okay. On episode 79, guest Laura brought many props.
Yeah.
Since that time,
Uh-huh.
no props have been brought.
Yeah. That's true.
Not by a guest.
Uh-uh. Not by any member of this podcast.
Yes.
That's true.
We have been propless.
Propless in Seattle.
Mm-hmm. And we're sorry.
Moving on.
No.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry too.
Props are back. And this episode we're going to have 5 props to make up for the 4 that we missed end tonight. So, first we have a battery.
Good start.
Yes. This is a foldable comb. Okay.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. We have this
cool.
small dinosaur
Oh,
head.
wow.
I do believe that that's a Tyrannosaurus Rex. And that is what it sounds like. Science knows that.
Put on the fact tube.
And we have this mouth harp.
Cool.
Let me try it in the other direction. Nope. It's a right-handed mouth harp.
Nope.
It's a right-handed mouth harp for sure. Okay.
Wow.
So that's Amazon. That's bumper stickers. The dinosaur is for bananas. The mouth harp is for divas.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then for tonight, we have basically every notebook I have ever owned since I was in high school.
Oh. Oh my
Okay.
God.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Do you forgive us yet?
It could have just been 5 notebooks.
Well, but
Yeah, they're all really cool.
that has nothing to do. They're so cool.
Wow.
Notebooks really has nothing to do with bananas at all. So
Yeah. What are them notebooks filled with?
All kinds of sorts of stuff. And this is part of why I thought we can get into some of it.
Let's do it.
And we'll just kind of see how it goes. Here, you take some of them.
Do you have a scanner, an at-home scanner?
I do. I just used it today, as a matter of fact, to scan my tax form. This one has written on the back, woke up this morning, ... And on the front it says,
Got myself a gun?
go ahead, sucker, just try and open me and see what happens. No, really, come on, it says on the front. And the first page is that you get punched. That's what happens if you open it. It warned you. Chappelle.
Wonder if it's just that one or...
Next page is about inbreeding in the Amish and British royalty. Oh, no, that's a poem I wrote. I won't be reading that. Yeah, lots of poetry and drawings in this one. Yeah.
That's the sound that...
This is a lot of faces I drew. I can tell by how they are that this was when I was probably like 14 years old.
By how they are.
Yeah. So, you know, these are some... When we're talking notebooks and me, I saved them all.
Yeah. Very... Wow. Check out this guy.
That's fun.
Oh, no.
Don't worry about that.
Oh, no. Oh, fuck me. Oh, no.
You're ruining my childhood.
It's your whole... Oh. It's covered in duct tape.
On both sides. I didn't just do one side. So, those are around.
We're going to need a Metaphile's bookkeeper. Clerk. A Metaphile's
Stenographer,
clerk.
bookkeeper. Hopefully we will need a treasurer at some point. That would be nice. So that's Notebooks and Me, and those
Can't
are
believe
around.
you still have all of them.
Yeah. Well,
Wow.
I mean, you're not going to throw away that.
Mm-hmm. When when the internet goes down and all the electronic devices on the planet just fry out and go away for good.
For good riddance.
This will be humanity's only memory of its past.
Huh?
It's fucked up.
Yeah. I'll be like a god.
As it clearly shows on page 32 of Notebook, number 500.
And they will sing the gospel of this drawing of an alien that says, "Hello, Earthlings. My name, as best translated in your Earth-based tongue, is Batty Z."
That's awesome.
Then on the next page, the gospel of this mean-looking man. "That ain't the business we're in, sorry," he says. Some of these probably have schoolwork in them, but this one does not seem to.
That's pretty great.
So, we have this as a resource all episode long. I think it's pretty clear that Notebooks and Me have a long storied history.
Whoa.
But Jay,
What's up?
I think it's well known that I love notebooks and paper.
Yeah.
But you have never had a notebook on your side of the table. And I've never seen you with a notebook in your hands.
Yeah.
Why do you hate notebooks?
So I can draw pretty decent. I don't like handwriting. My handwriting isn't good, and it feels laborious to do. It feels clumsy.
Laborious subtitles.
And I really don't have much of a fucking need for it, to be completely honest. I don't have much. I do like grocery lists.
Don't need a whole notepad for that.
Don't need a whole note. I have a somebody gifted me a small notepad, and I tear out a quarter of a page for each laundry list. So it's like that big, and just write what I need on there.
Yeah.
And I throw it away.
This is not the notepads episode.
Okay. Well, that's as close as you're gonna get from me.
Okay.
That's as good as it's gonna get. I'm afraid.
Okay.
I'm just not. You're definitely a user of notebooks of paper.
Yeah, I've been in it pretty heavy for a lot of my life.
Yeah, it's unusual these days, as you must know.
Yeah, I know that it doesn't even end at notebooks. A certain person in my life makes quite a bit of fun of me for having a printer.
Who?
It's you that does that.
Yeah, it's really funny that you have a printer.
I think it's so useful.
Yeah, I know, man.
Would you write something in the brand new Wexford?
Sure.
Okay. And we'll see if it feels laborious. Here, I want you to write something on the inside front cover.
Whoa.
This is a huge moment for the show, for our friendship, for Jay's development as a human being, for you, and the shit that goes on in your crummy little life. He's approaching it right-handed. He seems nervous. He's unclicking and reclicking, observing the amount of ink. We still have yet to have touchdown. Scratching. It's happening. It's happening, people.
I wrote something in Hebrew.
Yes, you did. That's amazing.
I meant to. It's supposed to say hi.
Yeah. I mean, I could tell.
Hi.
I could tell that's what it was. But it definitely does look like you know how to write in Hebrew.
Shalom.
Which I could understand feeling laborious.
I can do this with a pen.
Cool.
Do the Letterman throw.
Well, don't do that. Here's something I have to say about the Wexford.
The Wex.
We're just getting to know Wex, and here's what I know about Wex so far.
Oh, where'd you get that Wex? Nice, man. Those are great.
You can write notes in it.
Cool.
You can write in Hebrew in it.
Mm-hmm.
But here's what Wexford doesn't have that good old 5-star Mead had.
5-star Mead.
That's our old one.
Can't do that? You can't do that? What?
Pen goes right into the 5-star very easily. Here in Wexford, in the new era, oh, it does it well too. Earlier when I tried it in my room, it didn't work.
Says the notebook enthusiast.
Well, I
has a hard time putting a pen in it.
I think maybe it hadn't loosened up yet.
Well,
you got to break in a good notebook.
Especially the Wexes, yeah.
Yeah. They're not 5-star, but that's okay. This one's also a 5-star from Mead. And by the thickness of it, I'm going to predict this is college. I think this is college notebook. Let's flip to a random page.
Just an entire page, just a set of boobs. One page full of just a drawing of crude drawing of boobs.
First note: 7 million years ago, the Mediterranean Sea dried up. To counteract this, in 1994, geologists took it to a Dave Matthews concert. This is college notebook because that's how
good.
That's how I took notes in college. One for them, one for me.
Dave Matthews.
Here is a principle of layering of geology. It's called inclusions. A younger unit can incorporate an older unit inside of itself in geology. And under that I wrote, picture Paris Hilton swallowing Madonna.
Okay.
College. Paris Hilton was around back then still. And Madonna was too.
Uh-huh. You don't even need these notebooks with all that pop culture reference, little dog ears in your fucking brain.
Well, I have the pop culture references down. It was the geology part that I needed help with.
Well, your test answers are like Madonna swallowing Britney Spears. No, damn it. Dave Matthews wet pussy. Those are your answers for geology.
Yeah. And I got an A.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, all joking aside, it's a pretty good system, I'd say.
It worked at the time. I don't remember how well I did in geology, but I was, a decent student because I figured out the system.
And you got a art degree.
Yeah.
Why do you need geology? Why do you need none of that art and geology? What?
Jay, don't get me started. I'm sure there's many, many things throughout this notebook especially that are just, fuck this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
These are my college notes. Every page is just full of fuck this.
Fuck this, fuck this, boobs, 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 fuck this, fuck this, fuck this. Dave Matthews, boobs.
Wow, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're a notebook notebook enthusiast.
I really am.
Nothing wrong with it.
And this, I will say, like, how that first one was all those drawings in it, I did not even include in this pile all the sketchbooks of my life.
Wow.
This is not the sketchbook episode.
Well, they need to be able to see us. It's, it'd be, the stacks would be too damn high.
That's true. And I think the why is...
Yeah.
And then you're too far away from the microphone.
Doesn't work.
That's why notebooks are a big problem for me.
Let's, on the fact tube, have a couple pages from the notebook of Timothy McVeigh.
Oh. Not as funny.
Yeah. We're a comedy podcast.
Yeah. Not as much boobs either.
Well, welcome to Leia Plays. Take back the show from that. Sorry about that. This is a part of the podcast where I pitch an idea for a podcast that might be better than this podcast. Potentially. This week, I think a cool podcast would be called Get Pissed About It.
Oh.
Okay. So I'm just going to give you a subject and you got to come up with, well, I mean, I should just explain this in the episode. You'll be my guest. Welcome to Get Pissed About It. I'm your host, Jason Ford. Our resident angry person about the things we'll talk about on this episode is Zach. Zach, welcome.
Thanks.
A little bit more angry, please.
Thanks.
Okay. I'm just going to pitch you topics and you're just get pissed about it. Say try to find what makes you mad about this topic, these topics. And don't just say, "Ooh, I hate that. I'm mad about it." Really get pissed about it. Okay? So, I'll throw you a softball just off the bat. Let's see here. What do we got? What's a good one? I like the breathing. That's good. Good breathing. Breathing is good for anger. Dirty dishes.
I fucking hate these dirty dishes. Why aren't the dishes self-cleaning? Why, when I use the dish, does the dish not know it's empty and release a soap that's inside the dish and clean itself and dry itself with a small jet of air that blows out of the inside too?
Okay.
So that the dish is clean and not dirty.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right.
Give me another one.
Madonna.
Why isn't Madonna aware of the fact that she is starting to seem like we don't want to hear what she has to say about things anymore?
Okay.
That was no good?
Well, you're just talking about this about Madonna. Hit me with one. Let me see.
Okay. The United States Postal Service.
If I pay my taxes to the degree that I fucking do, okay, from each paycheck, I should be getting faster delivery of what I actually want, and my mailbox shouldn't be stuffed with useless paper. It gets like you open it up and it explodes out with paper that doesn't mean anything to anybody. There's no point.
Right turn. Pencils.
Pencils should sharpen their damn selves.
Oh, that's good.
Get pissed about it. We'll be right back.
Oh, okay.
Our sponsor is I don't know.
Give me one. Give me a sponsor.
MeUndies.
Why are not MeUndies using micromodal fibers to be moisture wicking and the most comfortable underwear can buy? They are?
Yeah.
Oh, great! And welcome back to Get Pissed About It.
Why don't they wash themselves? Okay.
I want us to each get pissed at one more thing. I think.
Okay.
At least one.
Okay. Spiders.
Why do the spiders when they bite me, I don't get to swing around and jump very high and punch bad guys around, and I have been letting spiders bite me so much, and I have not gotten to wear any kind of costumes or anything, or even to wrestle at, or even that. And I'm pissed.
All right, what do you got? Give me one.
Okay, the loofah.
Why doesn't the loofah?
You're getting good at it.
Thank you. I'm taking like tips from you. You gotta go. Why? You gotta talk like this.
Yes.
That's about it.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching. Get pissed about it.
Thanks.
Why? Tune in for next week.
Why am I thanking you?
Why? Think about it. We'll be right back. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're back. Yeah.
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 We're back. It's segment 2. No books in the world.
Yeah.
Okay, hold up. The little amoeba shapes that you draw?
Yeah, here's another one.
I have my own version of that.
Yeah, let's see one.
I think these are like auto Rorschach, if that makes sense, right?
So once you've drawn it, I'll look at it and see something in it?
Well, it's like whatever you see something in is what you draw.
Wow. That might be the lesson. Here's 3 types of plate motions from college-age Zach Caffrey. Number 1 type of plate motion. Number 1, they move apart. Stop texting. Number 2, they move together. Converge. Example, let's go see No Strings Attached. Number 3, they move side by side. Hey, No Strings Attached sucked, right?
That's pretty, that's pretty.
Yeah, you know. I wasn't ready to be the host of the Metaphiles back then, but I was on my way. When one plate moves down beneath another, that is called subduction. Wine and jazz can help speed up this process.
Get the fuck. I don't know. Alright, so this is kind of maybe small.
Oh, here's a drawing of a guy fucking a dog.
Let's see that. With a beer.
Yep.
And he's bald.
Yep.
I hope I never fucking go bald.
Did I show them? Okay.
It's
pretty
realistic.
There's another blob.
There's a blob.
We'll show that. And here's Jay's version.
I stopped early and it's kind of small. And I hope it focuses correctly. I think mine's a little more mainstream. I think mine's what people normally kind of do.
It looks like a sci-fi butthole.
Thank you.
That's what I see in the Rorschach.
Thank you.
It's cool.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to draw one of my blobs next to it.
Draw your blob over it. Let your blob mingle with my sci-fi butthole.
I'll figure out a way to have them converge. And if you would please.
I'm looking for a bigger commitment than that.
Okay. I'll Paris Hilton Madonna it. Do you remember the term for that?
Will Paris Hilton Madonna it?
Yeah, when Paris Hilton swallows Madonna.
Intermingling?
I think so.
I'm never going to pass this course. How am I going to get my degree?
First, folks, I can't believe I'm even giving away the secrets here. First, you just do the outline of the shape. Okay?
Okay, I'm following.
Then, anytime you see a spot where there's a curve, you're going to add that curve. Like so.
See, mine follows a little logic like that too.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
And you just do that all the way around. And before you know it, you got yourself a nice looking blob.
It's looking good. It's a good looking blob. I got a good looking blob for you right here, pal.
And it would take me a few minutes to do the whole thing. So I won't right now, but I will finish this before the episode is over.
Whoa.
In the meantime, we got to use this notebook for its God-given purpose and read some of these notes.
Notebook's like, what are you doing to me?
So, ready to learn about notebook?
I guess.
Okay. Now you'll notice in these notes, I didn't write jokes in the notes.
You didn't write any fucking jokes in the notes.
That's our job.
We write the jokes. Write the jokes.
Wax tablets have been a reusable and portable writing surface since classical antiquity, which is specifically the era from the 8th century BC to the 5th century AD.
So like when the Beatles' haircuts were groundbreaking.
And that's an example of why I didn't write that in the notebook.
A+.
And throughout the Middle Ages.
Wax, if I may, wax seems like a bit of a hassle to write on. Am I going crazy here? Am I completely out of, am I just, is it me?
I think you're probably right, and I think there's probably a reason why we are not doing an episode about wax tablets right now. And I don't have stacks and stacks of wax.
I do.
Oh.
My fucking ears. I could show you some right now if you wanted to, but
you don't want to shove a pencil in there.
We're trying to get more views, we don't want to chase people away.
Although I'm sure there is probably a pretty decent market for like earwax compilations. All the most waxiest ear footage.
So you mean so they can goon to it?
No, I
Okay.
wasn't talking about gooning or even cooming.
No, just you're talking about like people do the fucking little
Pimple
that's
popper,
why do they watch
doctor,
that
stuff where you see all this stuff come out of a spider bite.
shit? pulling giant larva out of a guy's tribal tattoo.
Give me a notebook any day.
Yeah, seriously. Yeah.
Paper became more readily available.
Readily available.
Readily available. Paper became more readily available. Readily available.
Let's do all of these at once.
Oh, can you?
Yeah. Oh.
Sorry.
Wow. Okay.
Forgot who I was talking to.
Okay.
Readily available.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I can.
Okay. Readily available in European countries starting in the 11th century, except not everywhere. When paper was becoming more readily available in the 11th century, wax tablets started to fall out of favor. What?
I'm sorry. You're like, what? I'm sorry. All right.
Well, when I get to the end of it, you'll know why I was like,
Oh, shit.
No, but do your thing.
Okay, well, let's do these bottom three, and we're going to make a beat, boutique, bespoke beat.
Boutique bespoke beats.
So give me a nice, clean, readily available.
Readily available.
You can do the beat. Okay. And then a third sound on top of that. All right. Here we go. And this is a readily available one right here.
Mm-hmm. The title of this beat is Readily Available One, right here. Readily available. Readily available. Readily available. Readily available. Readily available.
Okay. Proceed.
Okay, just getting a little more work done over here. Just fitting it in where I can find it. Okay.
The single release art for the beat we just did.
Oh, absolutely.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. I think it's going to be number one.
Readily available.
11th century, everybody's got paper pretty much right away. So wax tablets start to not be so good anymore. Except in England, they couldn't get a good paper mill working until the 16th century.
Huh.
Yeah. The British, who we think of not only as quite literate, but also quite industrious.
Yeah.
Turns out they were like, how's this bloody tree pulp make wax tablets? We don't... What?
I wrote it down on the wax. Can't you read it?
Why is your wax tablet so thin?
Yeah.
And that's why I was like, oh, Because we were this close to British accent time.
Oh, yeah. Oh, boy. It's been a little bit.
It has not. We did it on our last
Oh, really?
episode.
Too long, if you ask me.
Absolutely.
They
One
need to be
week
reminded.
is too long.
Yeah.
So, paper is cheaper than wax. And...
Not for me.
If you were to get all the wax out from your ears, turn it into artisan tablets.
Mm-hmm.
And the slogan is like, be as we were in classical antiquity.
Mm-hmm.
And write on my wax.
Yeah.
You could...
I guess so.
For anybody who's just listening, that's the sound of money.
Actually, funny enough, the way I test whether or not I have too much wax in my ears and it might become a problem, which I haven't had to like pour hydrogen peroxide into my ears to dissolve it and pour it out
That's good.
in months. I do this. And if I can hear it, I'm good.
How's it going right now? You are doing it. Oh no. Get the hydrogen peroxide, Ma.
Ma!
Get the HP.
Nah.
Have you ever tried doing an ear candle?
No.
Me neither.
No. The peroxide works just fine.
Okay. Does it sting?
Nope. Feels pretty good.
Oh,
Feels pretty good.
okay.
Yeah.
You just kind of turn your head, pour some in, turn your head, it pours back out, and wax comes with it.
You got the idea. It's like a little champagne, a little bubbly for your ear. You know?
Poop.
Yeah.
There you go. Erasable paper began being manufactured. It was specially treated. And
Erasable paper readily available.
Yes. Lugubrious. And so at this point, what we would think of as notebooks, or close to them, started to become popular. They were known as table books at the time. And they are referenced throughout Renaissance literature, including in the play Hamlet. You want to hear a line from Shakespeare, the immortal bard?
Sure.
My tables, meet it is I set it down, that one may smile and be a villain. What?
Can you say that again?
I will say it again. You know how we all love Shakespeare? Here's what he said about notebooks. My tables, meet it is I set it down, that one may smile and be a villain. What?
Huh? You know, I
I feel like I need to put some hydrogen peroxide in there, because what I heard was
something about meat table villain and shit.
something about making your smile meet a villain, eat some meat.
I will say, Macbeth, the movie from that motherfucker from the 70s.
Yeah, Malcolm McDowell.
Nah.
Oh, okay.
No. The director, he did Rosemary's Baby.
Roman Polanski.
Roman Polanski's Macbeth is a really, really great movie, and they do all the Shakespeare actual fucking lines.
Yeah, they talk about notebooks in it.
No.
Moving on.
Okay. Fair.
So these table books were ubiquitous, but few examples from this time survived, and so little is known about their nature, use, or production. But one surviving one from Antwerp, Belgium,
Had boobs in it.
had some boobs. You actually straight up beat me to that joke, and from like when I was writing that down, I thought of that joke.
Yeah.
But I couldn't write it because that's not what I do. But yeah, found boobs in it. Great joke.
Boobs have always been around, you know.
Uh-huh.
That's the thing. about 'em.
And as long as they've been around, people have been drawing them.
Oh, yeah.
There are boobs on cave walls. There are boobs on wax tablets. There are boobs on table books. There are boobs on the walls of the Roman Colosseum.
Yep.
In antiquity.
Beautiful.
It is beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
There'll always be drawings of boobs.
One hopes.
One hopes. They started importing them to London in 1570 because London still couldn't get their shit together and make a piece of paper happen.
Just give us a notebook.
We ain't seen drawings of boobs in a fortnight, mate.
The wax just melts when we make a tea. It's too hot.
You mean to say we could be drinking tea and looking at drawings of boobs? Please help us, Belgium.
Belgium.
My phone just buzzed. I guarantee it was Instagram telling me somebody I don't care at posted a picture of something I don't care about. Trying to talk about boobs.
They're trying to talk about boob, man.
The leaves of some of these table books were made of donkey skin. Some were made of ivory, some postboard. They were coated with glue and gesso. And modern experiments have shown that graphite, ink, or silver point could all be erased with a wet fingertip, which sounds pretty nice, I have to say. That you could erase pen just by going...
Yeah. Oh, that's the contract right there that I signed. Can I see that real quick? Yeah.
Here are some uses of notebooks. The leaves of a table book could be written upon with a stylus, adding to their convenience, which meant that impromptu notes could be taken without the need for an inkwell, and they were owned by classes of all kinds of classes of people, from merchants to nobles, and were employed for a variety of purposes, as this quote proves. Surviving copies suggest that at least some owners and or their children used table books as suitable places in which to learn how to write. Table books or tables were also used for collecting pieces of poetry, noteworthy epigrams, new words, recording sermons, legal proceedings, parliamentary debates, jotting down conversations, recipes, cures, jokes, keeping financial records, recalling addresses and meetings, and collecting notes on foreign customs while traveling. And, of course, boobs. The use of table books for trivial purposes was often satirized on the English stage. For example, from Antonio's Revenge by John Marston, circa 1600, the following exchange of dialogue occurred. That's another instance in which notebooks made it into plays. What are you up to over there?
I'm just listening, man.
Yeah.
I'm listening. It's whatever.
That's great. That's just great.
Thank you.
So, in the play Antonio's Revenge, the character of Mazzagente says,
Mazzagente.
I scorn to retort the obtuse jest of a fool. Balerdo draws out his writing tablet and writes, retort, obtuse, good words, very good words. Not bad. Better than that fucking Shakespeare bullshit.
Yeah.
Their uses in some contexts was seen as pretentious. Joseph Hall wrote in 1608 that it is a hypocrite is one who in the midst of a sermon pulls out his tables in haste as if he feared to lose that note.
That's great.
They'd been around for that long and people were tired of them. Yada yada. We start to move
It's like with phones, right?
Sure.
These kids and their phones, man.
Yeah.
I know they look up from their phones, you know?
Let's write a short play satirizing the use of phones.
Okay.
I will portray the character of Pholondius.
Wow.
And Pholondius says, tired do I of these notes app.
'Tis I, Instagrammy.
Hail.
I have not time for thee, but only for my phone apps.
You have made of me, sir, an angry bird.
Liketh.
my boobs, chief genius playwright.
Draw my boobs on my boobs.
Draw my boobs on my boobs. Episode title.
Ooh.
Now it's the time where we have run out of time. And so we will hear no more information, even though there is so much more.
We'll be right back. Welcome back to the Metaphiles, segment 3. Why notebooks? Why? Full of paper. They're hard on top and on bottom with thicker paper. And they get a really long, maybe a nickel of nickel turned into a thin coil conjoining these pieces of paper. You're watching the Metaphiles. The time is 9:12 p.m. Central. Why? Question on everyone's mind tonight. Surely to write in them, but nay. I'm done.
Nay, the word nay.
Nay.
That's as far as you could get.
Yeah. Kind of says it all.
That's why Shakespeare was so talented, because he could get to the word nay and just keep right on going.
Meanwhile, we're doing this.
Doing what?
The Blob. The amoeba.
Yeah. Yeah.
What do you got?
Huh? What? Huh? What?
It's the most accessible form of record keeping since its invention.
Huh. What?
Most accessible.
Accessible.
I need this to be recorded outside of my brain.
Uh-huh.
Perfect.
What?
I'm glad I recorded that.
Yeah. I'm listening.
You know, I was just about to... Huh? No, go.
It's done.
Legitimately very cool.
Yeah. They're fun. And now it's in the notebook. Page 2. One less episode for this notebook. Sorry. Worth it. Okay. What are we doing? Segment 2. You know, when I get to notebook and I just fucking... I just tune out. Notebook time.
It's segment 2, why couches? Why notebooks?
Yeah. Let's try taking a nap on a chair.
So I was about to say, the notebooks were the original internet, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like, whoa, if you search for that notebook, find the one that comes up first, pick up the notebook, and there's like all this shit in there, man. Yeah. You got to see it. Like, you got a lot. I mean, you got to pick up the notebook.
You have to know somebody that owns fantasy football notebook. But if you know them or you know somebody who knows them, you can get access to fantasy football notebook, flip all the way through it till you get to your fantasy football.
And if you don't know him, there's this guy. He's just around the corner. 2 streets down, take a left. His name's Google. You can ask him, he probably knows.
Yeah. And I have heard tales of the man who owns the notebook that contains the locations of all the other notebooks and what's in them. And that notebook is filled
impossible.
Page after page of, did you want a notebook about how to make good curry? You can find this notebook in Kuala Lumpur. A dude named Doug owns it.
Yeah. You're just trying to ask him about notebooks. And you're like, okay, man, thanks, but there's another guy that might know. If Google doesn't know, his name's DuckDuckGo.
Yeah. But you gotta,
I don't think there's another one.
When you go to DuckDuckGo's house, you are gonna be sitting there for an hour because he just wants to talk to you about all the stuff that he's seen in notebooks. You really can't just get in and out. It's like he kind of wants to be your buddy. Hey man, I heard about this great notebook. It's all the behind the scenes trivia from Party of Five. It's fucking gonna be so wicked.
But, like, look out, because it'll give you a virus if you look in the notebook.
Yeah, the notebook is covered in germs.
Okay. So, that's why notebook.
That's why.
Right? Just like, well, I mean, again, like I said before, you completely ignore me.
I wasn't.
It's the most accessible form of record keeping.
Most accessible form of record keeping. I heard that when you said it.
That's why.
Yeah. For me, why is I gotta draw these blobs, baby. I gotta get these things out of my head.
You can't just think about the blobs like this. You gotta draw them.
I mean, I am kind of drawing one in my brain right now, but if I do that too long, then it's like full of blobs up here.
We're trying to podcast. That's not blob time.
It's not blob time. It's not boob time. Boobs and blobs.
Why are we doing this?
Boobs and blobs. There's a B word I'm missing. You said it. It was what the bespoke beat was. Bespoke beat.
Biannual.
The boobs and blobs and biannual bespoke
Laborious.
Beats.
It was an L word.
Yes. Yes, queen. So, that's why.
The villain
of
notebooks.
Had a notebook.
Okay.
And you had to fill the notebook up. And you had to fill it up with writing. Not in Hebrew.
Can I copy and paste? Nope. I have to write it by hand.
You can
It's terrible.
Take other notebooks, cut pieces out of them, and use glue to paste them. You can't copy them, though. You can cut and paste.
Yeah.
You cannot copy and paste.
Okay.
And please don't cut up any of my notebooks. As you can tell, I need them.
The internet, smartphones rather. Smartphones are the villains of notebooks.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Harry Hess was a Navy professor in World War II who coined the term or discovered the idea of seafloor spreading. He was also an avid neckerchief supporter because he was a World War II guy. They always wear neckerchiefs. I think is what that joke was. In the 1950s, he mapped the ocean. In the 1960s, he maps the fun mats, placemats for Buc-ee's buffets.
That's good. That's great.
Thanks. Okay. Yeah. We'll go back to that a little later, maybe. What would you put in the notebook?
I would just make it a book, right?
No.
Write a book or a novella. Yeah. Short story. Yeah, that would be the best use for it for sure.
When I was in, I would say, high school, I found a composition book. It's probably in that pile somewhere. Where I had, with a story I had written when I was so young that my spelling and everything was just like that of a child for sure. It was called Gelagon Run. It was a story about how Gelagon always ran, and then one day he was walking home from school, and some creepy old man came over to him, and so he ran home, and he got home fine. And so teenage me was like, I'm going to continue the story of Gelagon now to honor my younger self. And I wrote like 2 or 3 whole chapters of the further adventures of Gelagon running around.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. And even in college, I wrote a chapter or 2 of the Gelagon story. That's as far as I got.
And it's right here.
I
somewhere.
Absolutely did find one of the college chapters as I was grabbing these today. I didn't look through many of these, but the one that I opened up, I kind of went right to that and was like, yeah, there it is.
Gilligan.
Yeah, Gelagon.
Gilligan. Oh, sorry.
Not Gilligan. Nothing like that.
Damn it, Gilligan. You patched the boat up completely and you exploded it with dynamite. That was like every Lost at Sea episode.
Why'd they have... That was not the name of the show, by the way.
Fuck you.
Why did they have so much dynamite on Gilligan's Island, which is the name of the show?
Gilligan's Island. They seemed to have a lot of every single thing except for material to patch a boat with.
They
had all kinds of shit.
They were on a 3-hour tour.
Yeah.
That part of the tour was that they were going to blow some shit up?
Yeah.
Sounds like a cool tour.
I wonder what the end episode explanation for that plot device would be.
I also wonder what the end of Gilligan's Island was. Do you think they got off the island? And then they were back home and Gilligan was like, we have to go back. Sorry, that's a Lost reference.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Lost in sea.
Lost in the sea.
Yeah.
Okay? Lost in sea. Yeah. Not many people talk about the Gilligan's Island finale episode.
I've never heard it.
You don't want to see it.
Okay.
Well,
do we want to find out what happens at the end of Gilligan's Island? A show I've never seen.
This is a Notebooks episode.
You're right. So, okay, you are writing a story in your notebook.
Mm-hmm. That's what I would do.
What's it about?
I don't know. People on a 10,000-hour tour that get lost on an island for 3 hours. They're like, oh, cool island. And the rest of the way home for the next 3 years, they're like, fucking Gilligan.
So the show is them being back on the boat after having been on the island and being like, that island sucked. Remember that one time on the island? That sucked. And we don't flash back to it. They're just kind of sitting in the kitchen, talking about how it sucked. You could call that show Lost on an Island.
I got the twist real quick.
Oh, okay, sure.
The captain of Gilligan's Island?
Yeah. Yes.
It was Gilligan. He was the actual captain. That's the twist.
That we find out that the captain had been Gilligan the whole time, or that we found out that Gilligan had the whole time been the captain?
We find out that he had been the captain the whole time. Season 8. Somebody was like, well, you're the captain.
And he wanted them to stay on the island.
Yeah.
Because he was having so much fun.
Mm-hmm. They're like, we're going to mutiny. He said, nope, just another day of island. Just one more.
Yeah.
Anyways.
If you were lost on an island, if you were on the show Lost on an Island, would you rather Lost in Sea, forgive me. Do you forgive me?
Yes.
Would you rather have with you a notebook or the movie The Notebook and a way to watch it?
I think I'll take a notebook.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Would you rather have a notebook on the island or me, but I hit my head on a rock and the only thing I can talk about is the show Lost? But I can remember every detail of it, so I could tell you the whole story from start to finish in like precise detail, so you're seeing it in your head. Or you can have a notebook.
Is this another search engine analogy that you're trying to do?
No, just talking about notebooks.
I'll take the notebook.
Okay. All right. You won't find out about the others, but whatever.
I could just watch it right now. I don't have to be on an island.
On the island, you can't, on the
island,
you can't watch it.
His head fucking knocked. Prayed purgatory for me. I know.
I'm not even gonna say it.
Okay. Yeah,
I don't need to say it. They know. Look at it. I'm already.
We'll see you next week.
No, we have to do the lesson. We have to figure out what we're doing next week.
What's the lesson?
We have to draw some boobs.
We just do it in post.
Okay.
See him here on the fact tube.
Oh
yeah. That's good. Let's have that right here. Cool.
Okay. The lesson is that if you pour hydrogen peroxide in your ear, you will be able to hear yourself do the money thing with your fingers rubbing against each other much better. That's the lesson.
I wish I had known that a lot sooner. Yeah. That's a great lesson. That's true.
And now other people will know it sooner.
Uh-huh.
Show this to your children. If you don't have children, have children and show this to them. Not the part where we showed the drawing of boobs. That part is rated R.
What's the lesson again?
That if you pour hydrogen peroxide in your ear, you can hear yourself do the money thing with your fingers rubbing against each other much better.
Well, what's the next topic?
Yeah. Gilligan's Island. I kind of want to know the end of the show. And it doesn't seem like we're going to get to it on this episode.
That might be a pretty damn good one. Gilligan's Island.
Neither of us has ever seen a second of it, right?
I mean, a second. Okay.
I mean, I've seen the theme song.
I've seen some actual episodes. You're young. You're young still. I'm 36.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm 14 years old.
I've seen it. Probably about 5 minutes in total throughout my entire life, honestly.
Yeah.
So I think we've done Star Trek, we've done Seinfeld.
Mm-hmm.
Seinfeld, we didn't even
No.
do it.
Format buster. If you
Yeah.
don't remember, go check it out.
No, give me a second.
Yeah.
It's here.
Oh, yeah.
I told you. This is the script, actually. It's hilarious and a total return to form. It makes cleaning up fun. Wait, it's not Seinfeld.
That is from our episode about Roombas.
I remember that one.
Yeah. Great ep.
It's 2 views. That was nice.
Uh-huh. You and me. Yeah. Hey, remember with the Roomba how you could put your iPod on it and it would spin around in a circle? And that was the greatest thing that could happen to you in your whole life.
I remember that. That was a good
Boy,
time.
that was like in the middle of, in the time right in between notebooks and smartphones was we had a Roomba dancing. The dark ages, man.
Gilligan's Island?
There are cations, which are positive ions. There are anions, which are negative ions. And there are douchions, which are really negative ions. College age.
I think that one's good.
That is?
Different punchline
Yeah.
after Dushan's.
Yeah.
Uh,
Well, I
No,
would say the other thing is
that's the-
douchions kind of gives away, but I like that they're really negative.
well, the last word of the joke, the punchline, it's actually what really makes the joke. You say a lot of times the premise and setup makes the joke, right?
Mm-hmm.
That I think that's an example of a punchline, really. Making
So
the
okay,
joke.
so we're gonna
Maybe
punch it up. We're gonna go back in
punch
time
it up.
and punch up my college joke. Cations are positive ions. Anions are negative ions. Douchions are Keep in mind, your professor is continuing to yammer on while this is what you're thinking.
How about the guy at the door who wouldn't let me in because he didn't think I was the comedian tonight?
But that's not a kind of ion.
Oh, it has to. I have to do that too.
I think it needs to end with ion.
Douchions.
Cations are positive ions. Anions are negative ions. Douchions are
Ions you want to keep your eye on. That's all I got.
okay.
I don't have all the jokes. I'm just a
Well,
regular guy. I don't have all the jokes.
You smartly skipped the whole college thing.
Yeah. It's smartest thing you can do these days.
Mm-hmm.
Not go to college.
Yep. I like Gilligan's Island. I don't love it. So let's give ourselves 2 more minutes.
I got a degree in beer drinking, and I don't owe a dime.
Yeah,
Okay?
that's true. You did that.
Physics. Physics.
I don't think so.
Okay. Well, what do you... I don't know. Okay. I'm thinking Gilligan's Island.
If we don't come up with something better by the end of that timer, which has 1 minute left, then we'll do Gilligan's Island, which I don't dislike. The question is, well, I'll ask the question after the timer goes off. Do you think during this part of the show people are at home watching being like, do it about Scrabble? Hey, do it about mealworms.
How about viewers?
Oh, interesting.
In the internet context, right? Viewers, right? Yeah. How about that? We're all viewers.
Yeah.
Every person virtually is a viewer on the internet who has an internet connection. To some degree, they're a viewer, right? They classify as that.
Okay, timer's up. I think I like Gilligan's Island more than I like viewers. So I think we got to go Gilligan's Island.
I'm down.
But we had 2 minutes of extra fun along the way, didn't we?
It felt like 2 seconds.
Of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the big question is, before next week when we are going to be talking about Gilligan's Island, should we or we must not watch some of Gilligan's Island? Should we have to watch some? Or are we banned from knowing more that way than we do now?
Dost thou awaken to knowledge foretook of Gilligan, my precious show?
That guy loves Gilligan's Island.
Shakespeare. I think we should watch some.
Okay.
A little bit, yeah.
Okay. Here are
Let's
some...
go ahead. Let's go ahead and watch them.
Woo! Man, I hope that we didn't have to cut that out. Because that was a very funny episode of Gilligan's Island. I was laughing and laughing. I hope we were allowed to put it up in its entirety. We will talk much more about that next week. Here are some various minerals. Or minerals. Or minerals, I wrote. Gold. Gold, I tells ya. Chunks, flakes, raisin. Silver, second best, very sensitive ego. Argonite. Copper, the hard-ass ore. Bornite, peacock ore or douchebag ore. Azurite and malachite, the inbred ores. Iron, also known as magnetite, hematite, or biffs. Mickey Rourke's least favorite ore. I don't get that. Maybe because he was fighting Iron Man around that time.
Mickey Rourke?
Yeah. He was fighting Iron Man probably when I was in college. I think that's what that's about. Lead and zinc, galena, PBS. Sphalerite. Get the zinc out. Never achieved mainstream success.
Get the zinc out.
Yeah, lead and zinc. And I wrote, get the zinc out. Never achieved. Mercury. Mineral, animal, vegetable? Nope. Cinnabar. Sticky buns with a deadly, crossed out the word deadly and wrote delicious taste. I don't really get that one. So, that's some of my notebooks. Do we want to try one more page?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, here's some more minerals. That's good. I was clearly killing it on the minerals jokes.
You're bored as hell.
Oh, yes.
And just like, the.
Yeah, I did not like college. What minerals should we know? And I wrote some. Calcite, which is a carbonate, cleaves into rhombus. Chalk, it can be colored. It makes chalk, caves, and tums. Quartz. I'll skip to the chase. I wrote that Cyclops' glasses are made of it. Pyrite, which is fool's gold, leads to coal mine drainage and many stomped on hats, which I stand by that joke. That the old miner's like, I found gold, and he finds out it's fool's gold, so he throws his hat on the ground and stomps on it. Made sense to me then and now.
It makes sense now completely.
Yeah,
yeah.
You're just tired of this.
I kind of tuned out.
Yeah, that's fair. We'll stop there. This is notebooks.
Well, are you sure they're all here?
No, one is missing.
What the fuck? Oh, here it is. Oh. We found it. We're adding it in post.
Oh. That was a close one.
Well.
Okay, let's go search down the man who has the notebook that contains all the notebooks.
Yeah.
So we can find my missing notebook. And I'll buy a notebook and write the adventures of us searching for the missing notebook.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah. And notebooks.
Fuck yeah. This is part of the sign off that I say.
It's part of the sign off that I write in a notebook.
Oh.
Readily available. Readily available. Readily available. Readily available. Readily available.
Hello there. It's almost the end of the show, but not quite. I'm Zach Caffrey.
I'm Jason Ford.
And you just watched the episode of Metaphiles that you watched, and now you're seeing this. And it's the part where we say, it's like us, subscribe to us, comment about it.
Get on our shit.
Get on it. Build a little community with us. You're all a part of it. Mm-hmm. It's a nice little world we have here.
It's just a big ball of liking and subscribing and comments.
And it's wonderful to do. And you like doing it. You do.
You do.
You do.
Yeah, you do.
And this week, why not make a comment about bye.
Bye-bye.
Metaphiles.